Hi everyone, welcome back to Living Even Keeled. My name is Patricia, and today I'm going to tell you how I clean my bedrooms and the small hallway connecting all three of them. This is zone 3 in my zone cleaning calendar. So I always try to keep in mind top to bottom, and during these zone cleaning videos, I try to also keep in mind breaking up all my tasks into 5 parts. That way, if I ever feel like doing this a little bit at a time, I can do like 20 minutes Monday through Friday because that's my 5 parts. Otherwise, I can kind of do a power hour style and just get it done when I can all at once. So step 1 for all 3 of my bedrooms is the ceiling fans and light fixtures that are on the ceiling or anything that's hanging. So in my master bedroom, I have a ceiling fan and a hanging light. In my daughter's room, we have now we have a ceiling fan. At the time I made this video initially, we just had a regular light, but now they have a ceiling fan. And the third bedroom, which we lovingly call the classroom, also has a ceiling fan. So I just make sure that I dust all of the blades. Pretty much at this point, it's just dusting. Nothing's really grimy or gross. It's always just dusty. Also, I'll look in the corners of all of the rooms and make sure there's no spider webs because those things can pop up. I'll take a look at any of the vents on the ceilings as well. Step 2 is curtains and blinds. And so depending on which room I'm in, I might have both or one. And for my blinds, I recently purchased a blind cleaner. I've seen hacks of these made with tongs and socks, but it's basically tongs and socks. It's sort of like, mine, the one I got from Amazon, has 3 little sections, microfiber on all sides. And so I just kind of can shove it in and get like 3 blinds cleaned at once because there's microfiber on the top and bottom of each of these little cleaners. And so I can kind of get the whole thing done pretty quickly. I did a video in the past of how I deep clean blinds, and I found the best method to be at that point in time a Mr. Clean magic eraser or any really off-brand magic eraser. I haven't really ever washed my curtains, but I know that I could. But one thing I will do is, again, make sure they're just dust free. And if I do have a spot, I will spot clean instead of putting the entire thing into the washer. Next, I will go in and take a look at the window ledges. Now that I'm already here with the curtains and blinds, I'll look at the ledges, make sure they're dust-free and grime-free. If you just saw my welcoming spring video, you'll know that I love to clean out the window tracks this time of the year because it's the first time that we're opening our windows in several months and they are gross and there's often dead bugs and just nasty stuff in there. So I just like to clean them out so that way when I do open my windows, I don't feel grossed out by what I see there. So step 3, I'm going on to knobs, doors, and dressers. So the knobs are things that we use to open the closets, and the knobs on the dressers. If there are any cabinets in these 3 rooms, I will make sure I get the knobs. It's pretty much things that you're touching regularly and often forget to clean. Same thing with the switches. These are the light switches that I'm referring to. I'll make sure I wipe those down in all of my zones. And so this week I'm just focusing on the bedroom light switches. And doors, it's the same thing, pretty much closet doors. In my bedroom, we have a bathroom door. And here's how I divide that out. I will clean the side of the bathroom door that's in the bedroom. And then next week, when I get to my bathroom zone, I will clean the other side of the door. I do these things so that way I'm not cleaning too long because especially right now, this time of my life, I wear many hats around the home and I can't spend too much time on any one area. I will clean the entire closet door on both sides and the bedroom doors on both sides, but in this room where we have an extra door, I just do the half that I need to do. Step 4 is the closet and the dressers. And so like I mentioned for knobs, all my dressers have knobs. I dust the top of the dresser and I'll even give a quick spruce to the inside of the dresser. If there's anything that needs to be refolded or straightened up, it's a very easy time to do that now because I'm trying not to reorganize or declutter during this time. It really is just focusing on cleaning. Part of my decluttering is that, I declutter as I go. As something it becomes outgrown, we can kind of just toss it into one section of the garage and then take it out that way. So this really is just cleaning out and organizing the tops and outsides of the dressers. And the same thing, make sure that if I haven't refolded a shirt in a while and it gets kind of messy, which, it does. Sometimes I'm in a rush and I just throw my clothes in, believe it or not. Now is the perfect time to refold and reset. And lastly, if we're doing top to bottom, we're down here at the floor and I clean under the beds, the baseboards, and the nightstands. Nightstands are especially important to my daughter's room. To be honest, I organize those things way more often than just for zone cleaning. Probably every other morning. They just If you let a kid's room go too long, you'll be in a world of pain. But this is the perfect time for me to dust, move them away from the wall, vacuum in the little track between the baseboard and where the carpet meet. There's always fuzz and little bits of tissue, arts and crafts materials. So I find zone cleaning the optimal time to get in there and get those baseboards not only vacuumed out, but also wiped down. Cleaning under the bed, that's where we store our daughter's toys. They each have these 2 large toy organizers. They're actually just under the bed storage. These would be great for anyone who has off-season clothes and needs a place to put it. Bulky sweaters, maybe even blankets. So these were from IKEA, but we used these in conjunction with a few Dollar Tree baskets that I already had on hand. I didn't buy those specifically for this purpose. And they just organize the most used toys that my daughters reach for. They do have toys in the classroom, not that many, but they do have more personal stuff in the basement as well. I try to keep under my bed clean and clutter free, but lately I've had some DIYs and little thrift store things that I've been wanting to do, and they just kind of found a home there. So I got to take those out and get myself back to order. Now in our classroom, which is really, again, just a bedroom, I do keep it in the bedroom zone. There are no beds or nightstands, but there are baseboards. And like I said, there's carpeting in all of our rooms. And so I just really focus on vacuuming the edge where the baseboard meets the carpet, because during my weekly clean, I'm not doing that. During the weekly clean, I'm just vacuuming the majority of the carpet, the walking spaces, and the spots that you see. So now I have to pay attention to those details. So that's how I zone clean my bedrooms. I get a little more detailed than I do during the week with a basic dusting and vacuuming of most of my rooms, but I'm not so detailed that it takes forever. Again, you can do this 20 minutes a day or in a power hour session, or if it takes you longer than that, that's fine. It's not necessarily about the length of time that it takes you, but for me, it's just making sure that I don't let the entire year go by before I pay attention to some of these spots in my home. If you like zone cleaning, I have a few more zones to get through. We're almost halfway done. I have 8 zones in total. My 8th zone is a me time zone, and so that one will be fun when we get to it. But thank you guys for watching. Stay tuned this May as I share a lot of videos that I've been meaning to get out to you during this extended break I have recently taken. I'm glad you're here. Thank you for subscribing. I'll see you next time. Bye.